Ooh, Back for Blood. I'm gonna say this right now. I absolutely loved Left 4 Dead 2 on my Xbox 360. I actually had, I remember just playing it all day, and I was super excited for this game. And when I heard it was on Game Pass, I just had to try it out. So, let's start with a general, just intro to this game. This is a beta. This is not the full game. I know a lot of games say that. Whatever. And also, this was created by the original producers of Left 4 Dead 2. This is not actually made by Valve or produced by Valve. Which I know that the guys who were making Back 4 Blood, I think were a small development team. I want to say this was made in crowdfunding or leftover money from something, but I don't exactly remember. Basically, this whole game is kind of it's just Left 4 Dead 2 except with extra steps. That's the best way to describe it. Each and every level acts like this. You have certain objectives to do, while hordes upon hordes of zombies come for you. Let's talk about the actual guns themselves. Each and every gun, this is the part of the game I like the least. Each gun is kind of not special and kind of bland, which I guess you could say for Left 4 Dead 2 also. But this time you can actually spice things up with attachments of all kinds, unlike Left 4 Dead 2 where you have certain places you can only get optics or laser sights and stuff like that. Now, the main difference between this and Left 4 Dead 2 is the card system. Cards can now be used for certain things, such as basically a bad card, I guess, or technically a gold card. It can be a gold card, I guess. Where it's you can play through the stage with fog everywhere, or certain zombies will be more vicious, or you need to complete this to get a bunch of copper, which is another thing to explain. Yes, now, if you play through a ton of stages with friends, you actually have a certain amount of money to get stuff, because there's not that many places to get items. All you have is your guns, the items you find on the ground, and most of the time they're not that great unless they're preparing you for something. Random crates can be found for certain guns and all that kind of stuff. But when you're when you're actually playing it yourself and everything, there's a lot of decisions to be made, such as sometimes you have to distract zombies for certain things. There's boss zombies like ogres and such like that. Special zombies are basically the ones from Left 4 Dead 2, and also the entire system of the optics. Basically running like it's a game of Apex. That's the only thing I can think of. With certain rarities to each and every optic or extra mag or suppressor. Each one having from green to purple. And also, these can affect your guns in many ways. The gunplay in this game is interesting, but there is a lot of annoying things, such as zombies can catch you and then it'll just horde upon horde and you can't move. And there isn't the adrenaline from Left 4 Dead where you can run faster. All you have is painkillers and such like that. Which, I mean, take that for what you will, but it's not my thing. The entire point of this game was to kind of re-invoke that idea of Left 4 Dead 2 while also upgrading it. And that way, they did do that, but they also didn't. Since Left 4 Dead 2 community is, I mean, there's a lot you can do, like round survivals. There's a lot of more different modes than this game. This game is said to have 8 chapters, divided into acts, or act chapters. Each act has different, different goals, different things that this one guy will tell you. Each character has some pretty amazing and pretty funny, unique lines at times, and, well, I do think that sometimes it can get a little overbearing. I do think it's pretty funny at times. There's a lot more lines, there's a lot more unique interaction, and a lot more to do and say. Even going as far as to have commands for stuff, pointing out where things are, and also having a tiny bit more options when it comes to avoiding zombies, whether it be for just running past them, having friends help you, pipe bombs, or not pipe bombs, certain grenades, and just generally amazing weapon types. The main thing that was advertised was the versus mode, which I don't think it's as good as Left 4 Dead 2, but it is certainly a build for something interesting. 4 people come in, 4 people battle zombies, the other 4 play as the special zombies, while also summoning in zombies. With the unique card system, though, now you can have more interesting attributes for your characters, helping your team out, and also the zone gets smaller, to the point where you can't get items. So you have to basically fend for yourself, knowing what to do, when to use your items, and a pretty cool survivability tactic. And the zombies also have this, having certain attributes for certain zombies having unique abilities and everything, just like Left 4 Dead 2, except with the card system, and everything else new added to this game. My main friend who was helping me, Lonely Ariel, he has his own Twitch and stuff, I guess, but he had some unique things to say, saying that this game is good. Riveting. Anyway, the main core of this game, I think, is incredible. I do see glitches, though. This is the bad stuff. This is the stuff that, like, gets people in trouble. You can get stuck in walls, and one of my friends demonstrated that. The Desert Eagle uses sniper ammo for some reason? I got no idea. The whole act of, well, helping your teammates, whether it be healing, painkillers, stuff like that. Sometimes the bandages just don't work on certain people. I've had multiple different times where I've accidentally clipped into a wall because of the boss zombie, the ogre, or all that kind of stuff. Sometimes certain things just won't load in, and besides that, I've never really had too many troubles. Supply points are interesting because you can just join a game, win, and then get a shit ton of supply points, even though you didn't do anything. I hope they fix that. There's a lot more to this game than I originally thought, and I was actually really surprised. Just don't play this game on easy mode either, though. The easy mode of this game is, how do I say this? Uninteresting, boring, not really good. Not providing any challenge, but if you play it on ever difficulties, oh man, is this game amazing. You have a lot more difficulty, a lot more special enemies, and a lot more interesting things to do within the game. There's a few special weapons like the howitzer, the rockets, and a few other specialties, including a heavy machine gun, which is always fun. But besides that, each character has its own unique abilities, and it's nice to have something for the team. I hope they add more characters, because I like this idea. And, well, I think it's just a big step up to, well, Left 4 Dead 2 was mostly trying to, you know, make fun of characters in movies, making fun of, like, just certain characters, stereotypes in horror movies, zombie movies, whatever. More so, Back 4 Blood was trying to make more realistic characters that were still legitimately funny, but whether it be, you know, there's still stereotypes, but it's not exactly to the level of Left 4 Dead 2. At least I don't think. Now, here's the big thing. First of all, do you think it's better than Left 4 Dead 2? And do I think it's better than Left 4 Dead 2? And do I think that, you know, they did better? That's a unique question, because in my opinion, they both kind of are at the same wavelength, because they're kind of opposite ends of the spectrum. Left 4 Dead 2 was a lot more of like a arcade styled rush-down game with some unique stages. While Back 4 Blood doesn't have those unique stages, there's a lot more mechanics, like the card system and everything, acting kind of like stats in the game, and just to help out a team, especially with the versus mode, trying to add more to that whole system. While yes, I do think it's better than Left 4 Dead 2, that's not exactly saying much, because Left 4 Dead 2 is a giant nostalgic game that a lot can be done with, especially if you have mods, which I don't think is a fair comparison. But even without that, there's a lot more stages, interesting things going on, and a lot more theming. Here, it feels just like, you know, any other zombie stage. I know it's going for a more World War type, you know, thing, and a lot of the stages are at least cool looking or interesting. It's just that, you know, it's not Left 4 Dead 2. But it also is mechanically. So, if you like and another thing I need to say, this is a Left 4 Dead 2 inspired game. This was not supposed to just be Left 4 Dead 2. It's trying to make more out of that. And if that was their idea, so be it. But I don't think it's better, but the same. I think they're both good in their own ways, and I think they both have weaknesses and strengths. I would love to do a Venn diagram, but that would be just way too boring in my opinion. But yeah. And tell me your thoughts on it. I knew Connor, I mean Optimal Cooler, I mean your mom, really thought that it was pretty okay, but it was like, you know, not better than Left 4 Dead 2 in his opinion. Famous man, Sentokai Cactus thought it was okay also, who helped me with this review. And I didn't really know anyone else who was playing the game. And I never even tried out the versus mode to an extent. Not that it's worth showing off. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.
What the shitting on the floor is all about, man. You don't even know the damn thing.